strange to say that we are going up against the Crothersville Tigers. Crothersville coming in tonight at 0-7, winless so far this year. Competitive matchups, but they've had a tough start to the season. Since joining this conference, this is one of those teams. This is one of those teams we get to play now with Lanesville and South Central, New Washington, and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a while since I think we played Crothersville. It'll be a good matchup for us tonight. Again, Crothersville coming in at 0-7. Eastern coming off a heartbreaking loss at Brownstown. Right now, sitting at 5-1. Again, last weekend had just a really tough loss at Brownstown. Played pretty well most of the game. Had a lead late. Brownstown hits a 3 right there at the end of the game to put them up 36-33 against really, again, the Eastern played really well that night. But to not be able to come out with a win that night was tough. So I'm sure that our girls were kind of like, we need to get that taste out of our mouth and get back in the win column. And again, just kind of set the tone in our conference. Again, our volleyball team coming off a conference championship, and I know our basketball team is going to be looking to do the same thing. This is just one of those hurdles we got to get past. We got Crothersville in our conference. Again, in January, go to New Wash. Also go to South Central, Lanesville. Now Clarksville is in this conference, and then we finished the year at Borden. I remember that game was rescheduled from earlier in the season. What a way to end the season playing. I think they're number 2 in 1A right now. Be a great matchup for us going into the tournament. As far as tonight's concerned, we'll talk a little bit about Crothersville, a little bit about Eastern as far as stats. Crothersville comes in. They do not have a JV team. Our JV team actually played Silver Creek tonight. Silver Creek, we were unable to get the win against Silver Creek. They beat us. Coming in, Crothersville's got a roster. Just looking at their stats, they've got a whole bunch of girls that average 5-6 points a game. A lot of girls average 4 or 5 rebounds a game. Kind of talk through there. I'm curious kind of who their starter's going to be. For the Tigers, you've got Daisy Hughes coming in and averaging about 4 points a game and a couple rebounds. You have Bella Riley averaging 4.2 points a game and another 4 rebounds. Kendra Kelshaw, averaging about 5.3 points a game and chipping in about 4.7 rebounds. You got Jaslyn Gibson, about 4.7 points a game and a couple rebounds. Brooklyn Bottle, about 5.6 points a game and about 5 rebounds. And then Kelsey Walker, 5.2 points a game and just over 2 rebounds. So you got really 5 or 6 girls that are all averaging that 5-6 points a game. Overall, this team's averaging about 30 points a game, which is we've been able to hold teams to a pretty low score to a little output. So that kind of plays into our wheelhouse. They do have 3 seniors. Looks like they've got six juniors, a couple sophomores, a couple freshmen. I just don't know if they're going to be able to handle our pressure and play at the tempo that we want to play at. Again, just looking at it, you look like they got 5 or 6 girls that are all going to try to score a little bit and all going to rebound and all going to play a little bit. I don't know that they are going to be able to play with our speed, our length, and the quickness that we have. So be curious who steps up for them. I've known Coach White for a long time. I know that he's going to get the girls to play hard. I know that he's going to get them to try to buy into what they're doing. I know that I think he took over last year. I know that he's going to be on the right trajectory with this program. But we'll see. We'll kind of see what he's got ready for tonight. For Crothersville, again, they're coming off just a couple nights ago. They had a loss at Hauser. So Thursday they lost to Milam. Saturday they lost at Hauser. They coming in. They're going to look to try to get in the win column. They've got South Central coming up again. A really solid 1A team. And the next week they're going to Rock Creek as well. For the Musketeers, we've said this many times. We've got just a really unique team this year. Very long, very athletic, very balanced overall. Just kind of top to bottom. We spread the ball really well. It's a really fun team to watch on that particular front. Right now, Addie Smith is still leading us point-wise, averaging almost 12 points a game and almost 4 assists a game. Sydney Burton's coming in right behind her at 11.3 points a game and almost averaging a double-double, almost 9 rebounds a game. She's had a couple double-doubles this year. Katie Hunter averaging 8 points a game and another few rebounds. Avery Smith averaging just 3 points a game and 6 rebounds. But Avery she's the engine that makes our defense work. Her and Addie both they get their hands on everything. They start the break, they get the steal, they get the block out, they get the rebound, and they go. So Avery might not show up, getting that 20 points in the point column, but she's going to show up everywhere else on the stat sheet. Meanwhile, you got Bailey Robinson. She's back. She was out the last game with some concussion protocol, so she is back tonight as far as I know. Yes, she is not back. I lied on that one. She is not in uniform tonight. And then we got Eliza Fair. She had 2 really nice games. She's averaging 4 points. And then Trainer had a really nice game there. Brownstown averaging 6. The team is just really balanced. It's again, fun to watch. You see a certain level of just unselfishness that they don't really care who scores. Most of the time, they're willing to make that extra pass and get that extra shot. If Coach Drury taught them anything, it's just to make sure that we're always trading a good shot for a great shot. And really through 6 games this year, I feel like we've done a really nice job of that. There's maybe some lulls here and there, but from top to bottom, just done a really nice job of shot selection, making sure we're getting good looks and getting the people that need those shots in those spots. We've got a few times where we've got a little 3 happy maybe, but teams played zone. I imagine Crothersville's not going to be any different. I imagine they're going to play zone packing in and make us try to outshoot them. Again, I think it's going to be the thing that we're going to see pretty much all year from about anybody. And there's been nights that we've been able to make them pay because we got some girls that can shoot and can step up and make some plays. Meanwhile, again, I think the prediction tonight, I know that I don't put a whole lot of faith in those prediction, was a pretty sizable blowout. We won't get into that. But I think Eastern's going to be too much to handle for Crothersville tonight. I imagine we're going to come out and press, and I just don't know if they're going to have the horses to be able to handle that. I don't think that they're going to be able to block us out. I don't think they're, I just don't know. Just don't know that they're going to be able to do that. So excited about, again, it's a midweek game, and I know we're coming up on Christmas break, and the girls are you're kind of getting that lull in school. But hopefully they come out and play with some energy, play with some excitement. Again, just another opportunity to represent our school and do that to the best of their ability. So we'll quickly talk about some just other games in the area. A lot of great action tonight around the area. Brownstown, number 6 and 2A, they're playing at Salem tonight. Floyd Central is going to Columbus East. Floyd's off to a really good start. Jasper playing at North Harrison. Jeffersonville playing at Bedford. New Albany going to Providence. New Wash going to Madison. Madison, I think, is number 10 in 3A. They're undefeated so far this year. New Wash is heading up there. Scottsburg yet to win a game. They're 0-8 this year. Going to Charlestown. Charlestown's number 5 in 3A right now. And then you got Seymour going to Jennings County. Jennings County is 6 in 3A. Again, you got three very solid 3A teams, all kind of right next to each other: Madison, Charlestown, and Jennings County. Southwestern going to Milan tonight. Springs Valley going to Orleans. That's number 9 versus number 10. Springs Valley's number 10 in 1A, and Orleans is number 9 in 1A. Springs Valley's coming in at 7-1. Orleans at 5-1. That's probably the matchup that's the most intriguing to me for the night. Both these teams are teams that we're going to see at least one of them this year. That should be a really great matchup. I'll be curious to see the outcome there. And then the final game, girls game tonight, in our area, West Washington is at Henryville. West Washington off to a really solid 6-3 start, going to Henryville. Again, I think that will be a sectional opponent for us. Henryville is 4-4. I may have to double check that one. Again, lots of good action in the area. I know it's that time of year where there's games pretty much every single night, something going on. But we live in Indiana. We wouldn't have it any other way. Again, to tonight's game. Again, the Lady Tigers coming in with Coach Curtis White. Again, winless so far in the conference. Right now in our conference, I think Borden is leading the conference right now. I think we're tied with Borden right now. Both of us have no losses in the conference. And then I think Lanesville is right behind them. And then right now, I think Crothersville is at the bottom of the conference. I will double check that real quick. Yeah, Morton and Eastern are undefeated in the conference so far. Henryville's got one loss. Lanesville's got one loss. South Central and Clarksville both have one loss. And then New Wash and Crothersville both have two losses at this point. I know we're still super early in the conference season. Our schedule obviously changed this year moving into this conference, and really kind of had a different feel. We had some weeks where we had Friday, Saturdays, and then with the change, we got a Tuesday, Saturday, and a Tuesday, Thursday. We got some just oddities in the schedule. But it is what it is when this happens. I don't know if we got major schedule changes planned for next year or not. Looking to the future for Eastern this week, we do have Thursday. We play West Washington in the county matchup. Next week, we will be going to Southwestern over in Hanover, and then the following week that week we also play Orleans. Again, I said that they are number 6 in 1A. That'll be a great contest for us. And then we play in the Cheatham Classic over Christmas break, and we start that tournament playing against Madison. Again, I told you Madison, I think, is number 10 in 3A. So again, we've got some talented teams ahead of us coming in the next few weeks. As a dad tonight, I am excited. My daughter got cleared to play, so she's back and gets to get out and do some basketball activities. And so, as a dad, it's always exciting to see that happen. We are going to we're going to quickly cut for a commercial or two while they play the national anthem, and we will be right back with the starting lineups and the start of this ball game.
The holidays sound better on WSLM 97.9 FM. We're playing the perfect soundtrack for your holiday season, now through December 26th. Spread the cheer this season with WSLM. Basketball fans, get ready. The Mudsock rivalry games charge into the new Fishers Event Center December 19th. It's the hometown showdown you wait for all year. 2 big basketball games, 1 major rival. The lights, the noise, the competition, and you can be part of the electricity. Don't miss the intensity, the energy, the rivalry that defines a community. The Mudsock Rivalry Games, December 19th at the Fishers Event Center. Be there and bring your game. Check WSLM's Facebook page for a chance to win tickets.
On the Neil Tire and Auto Service Radio Network from Learfield, this is the Big Ten Championship game.
Leva takes the snap, back to throw, gets a long pass downfield. He's got Charlie Becker. He made the catch. Charlie Becker with a grab inside the 30-yard line. Mendoza takes the snap, wants to throw it, fires it down the field. It's for Elijah Serrani. He makes it. Indiana's back on top. Here's the snap. Fielding kicks the ball. It is wide to the left. He gets it. And Indiana take over the football. And they have the lead at 13-10. Back to throw. Fires it down the field. And it is caught. Charlie Becker again. What a catch. Indiana wins. Indiana has beaten the Ohio State Buckeyes, the number 1 team in the country. Unbelievable.
The Indiana Hoosiers play here.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here with Caleb Perkiser from the John Jones Auto Group.
This is Caleb Perkiser again, and this Christmas season, you can unwrap big savings at John Jones Auto Group. At our locations in Salem, Gordon, Greenville, and Scottsburg, we're delivering holiday cheer with incredible deals on new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Whether you're heading over the river and through the woods or just across town, John Jones has the perfect vehicle to make your holidays brighter. With friendly service, hometown values, and year-end incentives, there's no better time to upgrade. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
John Jones Auto Group. Remember, you see so many because they paid so little.
And we're back here at Eastern High School again. Lady Musketeers basketball. The starting lineups are getting ready to go on. Looks like for the Crothersville Tigers, we're going to have. They've turned the lights out on me. That's fantastic. Looks like it's going to be number 3. That's going to be Jasmine Gibson. And then we have, it's going to be number 15, Kendra Kelsey. It looks like number 22, Kelsey Walker. And then 24 for the Tigers that's Kelsey Walker. I'm sorry, 22 is going to be Hayden Pilgrim. And then number 42 will be Brooklyn Bodor. Meanwhile, for the Musketeers, we've got Sydney Burton, Addie Smith. It's going to be Katie Honor, Bailey Trainer, and Avery Skill. So lineup, Robinson started several games. So again, she's been out with that in that concussion protocol, and Trainer's getting a start today for the Musketeers. As we get ready to get started off, again, I imagine this is going to be a full-out press for Eastern and get out, kind of make a statement early and kind of see what we can do to get this game going right away. Again, if you are interested tonight, they are going. WSOM is going to have the Penn State IU basketball game. That would be an 8:30 tip-off. That's going to be over at 12:20. I think they will join as soon as we finish tonight. They'll join that game in action. If you're interested in looking at that, listen to that game, that will be over there on 12:20 a.m. Meanwhile, the tip is up, and it's going to go to the Tigers. It's going to be 24. Walker bringing the ball up, being guarded by Addie Smith. She's able to pick it away. Passes over there. That's going to be over there to Riley, looks like. Riley gets it out to Kelshaw, being guarded there by Burton. Kelshaw going to go to the rim. No good. And that looks like that's going to be a jump ball. Not a great defensive stand there, but she had an open look. Addie Smith bringing it up. Crothersville in a 2-3 zone. Kind of expected that. Honor on the wing, goes to the baseline, back out to Addie Smith. Over to Trainer. When that baseline runner, Honor looks at the three. Their Trainer out to Addie Smith. Get pass over to Honor. Honor for three. No good. Looks like it's going to be off Crothersville. It'll be out of bounds to the Musketeers. You'd like to see you just get a lot of action, good ball movement here. Inbound back to Addie Smith. Addie Smith for three, and good. Addie knocks down her first three. Eastern in a full court press. Looks going to be tipped there by Addie, stolen there by Honor. Honor tries to find Addie Smith. Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds. And that was going to be Kelshaw. Tried to just throw a lob pass, and you just can't do that against Addie Smith. It's just not going to happen. Addie inbounds her sister Avery. Avery gets blocked there by Kelshaw. And Addie Smith's going to tip it away right back to Avery. Avery's going to try to put it in, and she's going to get fouled. Avery Smith's going to go to the line for two. That foul is going to be on Bodorf, her first. Avery Smith going to the line for two. 6:49 to play. Eastern with a 3-0 advantage. Avery's first free throw is no good. Again, for this Crothersville team, and some decent size. 5'11", 5'10", 5'8", 5'7". Yeah, decent size. Avery's second free throw is no good. We'll see if that matters on the boards tonight. If they can convert that into some buckets and rebounds. Kelshaw on the back door there. Goes to Riley. Unable to convert the layup. Addie looking to push. Finds Trainer. Down the sideline. Trainer pulls up. Little jumper. And that's good. Crothersville's had two good looks. Inbound against the press. Throws over the top. Another deflection there. Stolen by Avery Smith. Finds Addie Smith. Addie finds it. Gets it into Honor. Out to Trainer. Trainer for three. No good. Going to be rebounded there by Walker. Walker finds Kelshaw. Look. Eastern in a man-to-man. That's going to be Riley on the drive. Riley out to Kelshaw. Being guarded by Burton. Ball went out of bounds. Looks like Burton tipped it out of bounds. And the Crothersville basketball underneath the basket. It's going to be Gibson on the inbound. Gibson gets it into Riley. And kind of weak pass. Addie Smith's able to steal it. She's going to go the other end for an easy two. Again, Eastern in their press. Another deflection there by Addie Smith. Gets another trap. Looks like Trainer knocks the ball out of bounds. Eastern with a 7-0 advantage. 5:35 to play in this contest. Again, just not able to handle the pressure. Crothersville just not able to handle the pressure. Eastern in a 1-2-2. There's a deflection on that pass by Honor, stolen by Addie Smith. Back to Honor. Honor's going to lay it in for 2 on the other end. And Crothersville just keep trying to. Another deflection there by Honor. Finds Avery Smith. Addie Smith on the miss of the layup. Honor gets the rebound, and she's going to lay it in for 2. 11-0, 5:08 to play. Kind of a weak pass. It's going to be another steal by Addie Smith. Addie finds her sister, Avery. Avery's going to get 2, and Crothersville is going to call their first timeout. 4:58 to play, 13-0 in favor of the Musketeers. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLN.
It's 8 seconds of pure adrenaline. Man versus beast. Hell on hook. This isn't your mama and papa's rodeo. This is the one and only professional championship bull rider. The Poop Barn Invitational. Buckle up, Fishers. We're live at the Fishers Event Center. Saturday, January 10th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, January 11th at 2 p.m. See the world's greatest bull riders shatter records. Jaw-dropping, bone-crushing action. Plus blazing fast cowgirl barrel racing. The first 300 kids through the doors get a free cowboy hat. Don't miss the professional championship bull riders. Saturday, January 10th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, January 11th at 2 p.m. Fishers Event Center. Get your tickets now at bcdtour.com.
And we're back here. Again, 13-0 with 4:58 in this first quarter. Lady Musketeers on top over the visiting Crothersville Tigers. So far, again, this press, Crothersville's just trying to make those lazy line passes, and Eastern's just too long and too quick. One thing about this Eastern team that just always surprises me, they just seem to get their hands on everything. You know, that little deflection. They didn't get the steal, but they set up a steal for their opponent, and we passed the ball well enough that once that deflection happens, and whether it's Avery or Bailey or somebody, they get that steal. They're just looking ahead, kind of constantly in that pursuit to find the easy bucket, and that's what you've seen for the first 3 minutes of this quarter. Get 13-0. Brothers are looking inbound. Eastern kind of backs off. Looks kind of like a 1-3-1 here. It's going to be Walker. It was going to be Kelshaw trying to find Gibson down there in the corner and just throws it way over her head. Eastern coming the other way. Addie Smith bringing the ball up. Top of the key, finds Trainer over in the corner to Honor. Back out to Addie Smith, over to Trainer. Trainer open 3. No good. Sydney Burton on the rebound. Good spin back. It looks like I got the block. Burton gets another rebound. No good again. And that's going to be rebounded there by Kelshaw. Going to be back hit there by Avery. Addie Smith's going to get the steal. She's going to try to go coast to coast. And no good. Addie gets her own rebound. And she's going to get fouled. Foul's going to be on number 24. That's going to be Walker. Kelsey Walker. And Addie Smith's going to go to the line for 2. I'd like to see Sydney just be a little bit more patient. They collapsed her. They had 2 or 3 on her. That means that somebody's open. Looking, especially against that zone. If you're going to get that much attention, which Sydney's always going to draw that kind of attention, you just got to recognize who that next person is. And then even on that second rebound, I think she's got to kick to the corner. She's got the other blocks open as well. I think you got 2 options to try to go back up. It's just a tough shot. It's a tough shot. Each shot 15-0. 4:14 to play. Eastern's pressing. Honor's able to take it away. Throws it to nobody. Trainer's going to be able to track that one down. Going to be Honor in the corner. It's going to be to Sydney Burton. Sydney Burton's going to make a spin move, and she's going to get fouled. That foul's going to be on number 15, Kelshaw. Burton's going to go line for 2. First one is up, and it's good. It's going to be Hughes. Daisy Hughes is going to check in for Crothersville, and then Eliza Stair is going to check in for the Musketeers. Second free throw is also good. They're going to check in. 17-0. 3:55 to play in this first quarter. Eastern staying with this press. I imagine you'll see this maybe just this first quarter. Honor with a tip, going to tip it out of bounds. I imagine you're going to see this for one quarter, and that's probably going to be it, but we'll see. Crothersville inbounds to Riley. Riley gets it over to Walker. Walker finds Kelshaw. It's going to be a steal there by Trainer. Nice bounce pass there to Honor. Honor's going to lay it in for two, and she's going to get fouled. She's going to go to the line. That's going to be number 24. That's Walker. That's going to be her second. Again, just kind of some lazy passes. It looks like they're in the right positions. It's just not making strong passes. Eastern's gotten several deflections, and just their length has just been too much of a problem. Honor's free throw's no good. Rebounded there by Kelshaw. Gets it over to Riley to bring it up. Eastern up 19-0. Hand off there to Hughes. And that's going to be Trainer's going to take that one away. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball on that. The defense there by Bailey Trainer. They kind of just put it in front of her. I think Bailey thought she was going to rip it out, and it's kind of a tussle back and forth. It's going to be a jump ball. Crothersville basketball. Again, she threw it kind of right to Addie Smith. Addie Smith's going to go coast to coast. No good. And then another kind of a weak pass that's going to go to Horner. Horner's going to lay it in for two. And that out-of-bounds play, they just kind of threw it right to him. In the press, Horner gets another deflection ball out of bounds. 3:13 to play in this first quarter. Eastern with a 21-0 advantage. Crothersville gets it there in the corner to Walker. Walker back to Kelshaw. Kelshaw over the top to Riley. That was a little bit of a weak call, but they're going to get Trainer for a foul. Kind of threw it over the top, and as she kind of turned around, Bailey was there. Not a ton of contact, but I think they're going to be a little pickier at this point. Eastern in that 1-3-1. Gets the ball down in the corner to Kelshaw. Kelshaw getting trapped there in the corner. Brings it out, gets it to Riley. They're going to get Honor for a foul there. Yeah, I think they're trying to pick not a ton of contact there, but Eastern probably just being a little extra aggressive. They're going to try to tell them back off a little bit. Inbound to Riley, over to Walker. Walker at the high post, to Kelshaw. Kelshaw goes to the rim, and that's good. Kelshaw puts in their first two of the game. 23-2. 2.5 minutes to play. Down the corner to Honor. Honor out to Trainer. Trainer kicks to Addie Smith. Addie for three. No good. Going to be a rebound there by Eliza Sterrett. Out to Trainer. Pulls up for about 15. Rolls around the rim for forever, and that's good. Trainer gets her second bucket of the game. Addie Smith with another steal. That's going to be out of bounds off of Crothersville. Addie Smith had a steal and kind of threw up a tough left-handed shot. No good. Ball got tipped out of bounds. Addie inbound straight to Eliza Sterrett. And they're going to get a foul. That's going to be on 24. I think that's her third. Yeah, I think that's her third foul. So in just one quarter, she's got three. That's not probably what Coach White was looking for. Eliza Sterrett's first free throw is good. Checking in, that's going to be number 3, Gibson. She picked up her third. I don't think Coach White, I don't know either that he didn't know or he didn't think that foul was on her. He's not mad or anything, but wasn't what he expected. Eliza's second free throw is also good. 25-2 in this first quarter, 2 minutes to play. They get the ball at the sideline to Hughes. Hughes falls down. It'll be Sterrett with the steal. It'll be Trainer. Trainer finds Avery Smith. Avery running the floor. Doing a nice job there running the floor. Gets an easy two. Riley tipped there by Honor. She's going to tip it to herself. Honor's going to go the other end and lay it in. Yeah, at this point, we're not really pressing or anything. It's just they kind of made a pass and tried to pass her over the top. Honor just tips it to herself. And Crothersville's going to call a 30-second timeout. 1:38 to play. It's 29-2 in favor of the Lady Musketeers. not completely what I was expecting. I didn't think they'd be able to handle our pressure, but this isn't quite. I figured it was going to be a little different than this, but Eastern's playing hard. Again, just active in the passing lanes, able to get a hand on everything, make those deflections, and turn those into points. And we've been relentless in our pursuit there. We'd like to see what happens when we get back to this half-court set. Can we apply that same pressure? And then maybe can we just try to set up some offense instead of just scoring on the fast break, which we kind of know what we're capable of. Like, can we just go ahead and try to score in the half-court set? We'll see what that looks like. Eastern does pull back in the half-court. Looks like Emma Bronner checked into the game. Looks like we're in a 1-3-1. Going to be Riley. Throws it over the top to Bodwar. Bodwar for three, no good. It's going to be rebound Bailey Trainer. She's looking to go. She's going to find Bronner, who just checked in. Bronner, no good. Bronner kind of stiff-armed that one. It's going to be another steal there by Trainer in the other direction. Trainer looking up the floor. Trainer looking inside. Goes out to Addie. Finds Honor in the corner. Honor for three. No good. Going to be a rebound there by Kelshaw. Kelshaw brings it up inside a minute to play. Eastern with a 29-2 advantage. Gets the ball back to Kelshaw in the middle. Kelshaw trying to drive. Gets around. Going to be Addie Smith with the steal. She's looking up. Thought about passing it. Decides to go ahead and pull up. And Addie's going to take an easy two. Going to be Gibson. Passes back there to Riley. Riley, again, Addie Smith with the deflection out of bounds. Abby Fowler going to check into the game for the Musketeers. And then 13, that's going to be Emma Kelly. The freshman's going to check in for Crothersville. Inbound to Riley. Riley down to Hughes. Hughes out to Gibson. Gibson throws it across. It's going to be Pilgrim for three, no good. Hughes on the rebound. It's going to be Fowler on the deflection. Gets it back. Crothersville gets it back. The Hughes dribbling around, tries to get the ball in the middle, kind of throws it right by Kelly. Ball's going to be out of bounds. It's going to go to Eastern. 2 seconds to play. 31-2 to close out this first quarter. Addie's going to have a desperation heave at half court, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Again, Lady Musketeers up 31-2. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the second quarter of this contest.
The conditions get tough. The road to adventure doesn't have to end. Keep driving all winter long on tires you can trust. Between September 24th and December 9th, get $80 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission with the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. See www.michelinman.com/auto/deals-promotions-and-rebates for complete details. Offer expires December 9th, 2025.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Lady Musketeers on top 31-2 over the Crothersville Tigers. Again, I don't know what more you can say. Eastern's just pressure. Eastern's length. Eastern's just aggressiveness is just too much for these Tigers. Start this quarter. It's going to go back with Fowler, Trainer, Addie Smith, Emma Bronner, and Eliza Sterrett. Addie gets it into Bronner. Nice pass to Sterrett. Finds Fowler for three. No good. That's going to be Trainer on the rebound. Finds Addie Smith in the corner. Finds Bronner. Bronner finds Trainer out top of the key. And good. Good ball movement there by the Lady Musketeers. Riley bringing up. Riley dribbling down the right side. Finds Kelly. That's going to be, Lions almost had a steal. They're going to get a jump ball there. Sydney Burton going to check in. It's going to be Crothersville basketball on the jump ball. Gibson inbound. Inbound to Riley. Being guarded there by Fowler. Eastern in a man-to-man, which we hadn't seen yet so far. Going to be out to Hughes. Being guarded there by Burton. Burton's able to take it away. And she's going to go the other way for an easy two. Gibson brings the ball up for the Tigers. Being guarded by Addie Smith. Gets it down in the corner. That's going to be down to Bodorf. Bodorf out to Riley. Riley over to Hughes. Picks the ball from the corner. Crothersville's done that several times. They get the ball down the corner. They pick it up. There's nowhere to go. Tries to throw it off Sydney's feet. Sydney gets the steal. She's going to advance the ball full court to Bronner, who's running. Bronner's going to get a two. Good recognition there. Bronner realized that Sydney had a steal, so just take off and get an 82. 38-2, 6.5 to play in the second quarter. And Crothersville I just heard Coach White saying, quit picking up your dribble. Every time they pick up the dribble, you're getting a trap or something. Ball tipped away. It's going to be Addie Smith. She's going to get a layup at the other end. Couldn't see who tipped that one on that time, but it just ended up in Addie's hands. But he always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Eaching in a 2-3. Going to be Addie Smith on the deflection, and she's going to steal it again. She's going to find Fowler on the other side. No good. I think Fowler got a little bit excited there. Tries to lay it in the left hand, no good. There was two calls there. I think one official was going to call a foul, and the other official was going to call a jump ball. They're saying the jump ball happened first. So it's going to be Crothersville ball. It's going to be Gibson out top. Finds Kelshaw in the middle. It's going to be, it looks like Nickham who just checked in. Back to Kelshaw in the middle. Driving on. Pulls up about 5 feet. No good. Rebound Burton. Burton looking to run. Got to get our guards both to run out wide. Avery Smith tries to throw it to Bronner. Bronner lost it, and it ended up right in Eliza Starrett's hands for an easy layup. That was one of those, it just fit in the right place, right time. Each in the 2-3. Going to be Nickham out top to Gibson. Gibson over to Riley on the wing. Gets the ball to Kelshaw. Kelshaw, spin move. No good. Going to be rebounded there by Burton. And it looks like they're going to get a foul there on Kelshaw. I think that's going to be her second. Good block out there by Sydney Burton. And 42-2, the advantage. 4:52 to play in this second quarter. Avery Smith finds Emma Bronner. Bronner gets it down to Starrett, finds Avery. Avery for three. No good. And that's going to be Eliza Starrett's going to get a jump ball. Avery Smith shot a three. I don't know that she shot a three yet this year, but she was open and in rhythm. I think that's a shot she can knock down. That's good jump ball is going to be Eastern basketball. Fowler on the inbound. She finds Avery. Avery's going to fire for another three. Back to back, and that's good. But she's all smiles. The bench is excited. 45-2, 4:20 to play. There, guard on the wing. That's going to be a steal there by Avery. Avery finds Fowler. Fowler loses it out of bounds. Again, I think they've got to get wider there. They're Avery and Fowler are just a little too close. I think Avery's trying to get her some points, but they're just too close, and that's a tough play for both of them. Space probably gets you an easier layup. Fowler on the steal. She's going to go coast to coast. She loses it, turns around, and no good. Avery on the rebound. No good. Avery on the second rebound. Kicks out to Fowler. Fowler for three. No good. Rebound Bronner. Bronner no good. And then we're going to have another jump ball. 3 offensive rebounds there. We just seem to put it in the hole. Crothersville inbound to Gibson. Gibson looking to bring it up, being guarded by Fowler. Fowler over to Riley. Riley back to Gibson. Gibson tries to go down to Nickham. Weak pass. It's going to be over to Kelly. Kelly back out to Riley. Gets it down to Gibson. Crothersville being patient. Gets it into, that's going to be Kelshaw. Kelshaw makes a move in the post, kind of just slings it up. I didn't see a foul there, but they're going to call foul. Looks like they're going to get that on Sydney Burton. Kelshaw did make a pretty decent move. Kind of spun back. I think she was being guarded there by Bronner. Kind of spun back and into Burton. Kelshaw's going to go line for two. First one is no good. Going to be 42 Bottorff checking in for the Tigers, and it looks like Horner's going to check in for the Musketeers. Second free throw is no good. Rebound by Burton. Burton looking to push, 45-2. It's going to be Fowler for three on the wing. No good. Rebound Bronner. Finds Fowler again, out to Avery Smith. Avery into Eliza. Eliza finds Bronner. Good ball movement there. Bronner's able to lay it in. I think Eliza had a wide open layup, but I think she's just giving Bronner the easier bucket. It'll be Riley out top. Finds Kelshaw in the high post. Free throw jumper, no good. Eliza's there with the rebound coming the other way. Finds Fowler on the wing. Fowler into Burton. Burton pull up, about 10-footer, no good. Rebound to Riley. Riley gets it up to Nickham. Sorry, Gibson. Gibson throws it up, no good. Avery Smith gets the rebound. She's looking to clear. Finds Eliza. Eliza gets blocked. Eliza, I don't know what she saw there, but really didn't try to make a move. She just tried to shoot it over somebody. And two of those girls are quite a bit bigger than Eliza. She's got to make a move, something, or just kind of shoot a jumper. They're going to that's going to be Avery Smith on that rebounding foul. Hunter and Trainer going to check back in for the Musketeers. 2:17 to play in this first half. Into Kelshaw, high post. Back out to Gibson. Gibson out to Riley. Riley over to Bottorff. Tries to throw across the court. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Fowler. It'll be back to Crothersville. Riley out top. Eastern going man-to-man. Kelshaw in the high post. Riley over there to Gibson. And Crothersville not really attacking this man at all. They're just kind of passing around. You can tell that they work more against the zone. It'll be Kelshaw. That's going to be for three. Top of the key. No good. That's going to be rebound by Bottorff. And they're going to get Avery Smith for her second foul. That's going to send Bottorff to the line for two. 47-2 is the score. A minute and a half to play. And the first free throw is good by Brooklyn Bottorff. .134 to play, 47-3 is the score. Bottorff's second free throw is no good. Rebounded there by Avery Smith. Gets it up to Trainer. Trainer looking to push. Finds Horner in the corner, into Bronner. Bronner makes a move. Decent, good pump fake there. Gets her off her feet. They're going to get a foul there. That's going to be on 42 Bottorff, her second. And Bronner's going to go to the line for two. First free throw is up, is good. Looks like Eliza Starrett's going to check into the game. Bronner's second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Kelshaw. Gets it over to Riley. Riley up to Gibson. Riley now over to Nickham. Eastern in a 2-3 right now. Gets it into Kelshaw high post. Finds Gibson. Gibson for three. And good. Gibson for a three from the wing. Trainer bringing it up the other way. Finds Fowler on top of the key. Honor on the wing. Honor out to Fowler. Just inside a minute to play. Trainer gets into the lane. Gets blocked. Finds Fowler. Versus Katie Honor. Honor for three and good. Good ball movement there. And it's 51-6. Just over 30 seconds to play. Riley out top being guarded by Fowler. Gets it into Kelshaw on the post. Next move goes out to Gibson. Gibson for three. And that is her second three. She knocks it down. Fowler in the corner to Honor. 10 seconds to play. Fowler out top over to Trainer. Back to Fowler. Fowler back to Honor. Honor no good. Gets it to Bronner with the rebound. And she's going to go to the line for two. Good strong move. She got the rebound, went right back up with it. That foul's going to be on 15. It looks like Kelshaw. I've got her down for her third. So again, both Kelshaw and Walker have their rebounds. Emma's first free throw is no good. Looks like Kelly's going to check into the game, and then Eliza Starrett's going to check back into the game for the Musketeers. 3.3 seconds to play. 51-9. Bronner's second free throw is good. Inbound to Riley. She tries to throw it up to Nickham. Nickham's going to, and that is going to be the end of the first contest. The score is 52-9 in favor of the Lady Musketeers. We're going to cut for a commercial break, and we're going to get to a message from the IHSA commissioner. We'll be back with Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
This is the Eastern Musketeers High School Sports Halftime Report on WSLM, brought to you by these sponsors.
McRib fans, it's back. The iconic sandwich has returned to select McDonald's restaurants in the Louisville region for a limited time only. The McRib made its debut in the United States in 1981 as a limited-time item in the Kansas City area and quickly became a fan favorite, thanks to the unmistakable flavor of the seasoned boneless pork patty slathered in barbecue sauce and topped with slivered onions and tart dill pickles, all on a home-style bun. The McRib has become a seasonal sensation, captivating fans with its limited availability, sparking social media buzz and igniting a flurry of anticipation each time it makes its triumphant return to McDonald's. Fans can also order a McRib via the McDonald's app, where you can order ahead and pass the line with mobile order and pay. Plus, you can join My McDonald's Rewards to earn points on every order to redeem for free McDonald's food. At McDonald's, we're loving it.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizza, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming, but expert relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for its expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck Spine Care Program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these two practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll achieve compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery, expert spine care, close to home.
2 days after high school players get to the partnership with the Colts, another year down, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Colts are phenomenal. You know, they do such a great job, and you know they grow football in Indiana, like you know, the Pacers Sports Entertainment helped us grow basketball, and they grow football, and they do a great job. And it's across the board. The work that they've done with not only the high school scene and honoring coaches and teams is great, but the work they've done to develop girls' flag football in the state is phenomenal also. And so that only grows football across the board. And then again, the coaches are just phenomenal people that understand high school sports.
So a big shout out to all the Mental Attitude Award winners. 1A was Micah Rands, 3A was Brady Trebley, 5A was Abe Walling. Then the 2A game on Saturday morning, it was Micah Sheffer, Colin Ash from Roncalli in Class 4A. I thought it was super special, though, Paul, in Class 6A to wrap up the weekend. Cash Ballard from Westfield, who is one of the sons of Indianapolis Colts general manager Chris Ballard. I know Chris every year records a video for you guys as the teams are taking the field. So that's a special moment for every kid and parent when they're watching their son, their child, play at Lucas Oil Stadium. But how about to get Chris involved and have his son Cash win the Mental Attitude Award? Of course, that speaks to what he does at Westfield. But just for you guys at the IHSA to have that photo taken, Chris Ballard on the field with his family in the 6A game, how cool was that?
Well, it was real cool. And anytime a student athlete wins the Mental Attitude Award, it's something they put on their resume for the rest of their life. But you know, I saw Cash come through, and I saw his application. And first of all, a great football player. You know, his command of the game and as the center on the offensive line there was great. But you know, he handled himself with such class all the way through. His interview post award was phenomenal also. And then, you know, and that's for all families. It's just another opportunity to be proud of this child that they've raised. And you know, it was obvious that Cash has got a phenomenal upbringing and again, great parents, and that showed Saturday, and that's the reason why he was the Mental Attitude Award winner.
Paul Nottingham, commissioner of the IHSAA, with us on the Commissioner's Corner. The ball full swing, girls basketball and boys basketball. I know last weekend with the snow coming into town, it was greeted by a lot of postponements, like 48 total basketball postponements on Friday night. So what's the process for you guys of helping get all those rescheduled on schools' dockets? And, you know, 48 postponements, that's a big number.
Well, our schools do a phenomenal job. You know, it's something that our athletic directors, I think, across the board are some of the best in the country, and they do a great job of managing those types of situations. And it's not just one phone call and say, we're going to play this game on this date. You have to work out the date, then you got to make sure you can hire officials, you got to let your fans know, you got to reschedule transportation. There's just a whole host of things that go with those reschedules, and our schools and our athletic directors do just a phenomenal job with that. And certainly it's not something that we want to do, but we're certainly prepared when it's time to make a reschedule.
Paul Nottingham, the commissioner of the IHSAA. Paul.
And we're back at Eastern High School. Again, some word from our commissioner, Paul Nottingham. I know some of that was about football. Football just wrapped up their state finals this past weekend. Again, we want to say congratulations to our former conference, Brownstown. I know they were the runner-up. They played just a heartbreaking game. They one of the highest scoring teams in the state. Ends up getting beat right there at the end of the game in a really low-scoring game. But again, to get to that level, again, congratulations to them. My hats off to Coach May. On to tonight's game. Again, I will shout out to all the athletic directors in our area. You know, you get to talk to a lot of them. There's a lot of great people that run these programs and make things happen. I know Commissioner Knight talked about that in his broadcast, but my hats off to Sean. Does just a fantastic job here, just making sure that the athletes get where they need to be and get everything that they need ready to go, and making sure that you coordinate the coaches and trainers and all that kind of stuff. So again, we just we're really blessed here to have a guy like Sean kind of at the helm. So on to this first game. Again, Lady Musketeers on top 52-9 over the Crothersville Tigers. It's just been all Eastern. This will be a running clock second half, so this will be a very short half. So it'd be running clock again, all just shooting fouls and timeouts. Otherwise, it's going to be running. So the second half will be a little bit quicker than the first. Stats for this first game: you had Gibson for Crothersville hit those 2 threes in that second quarter, and then Bottle hit a free throw there in that second quarter. Kelshaw had a 2 in that first quarter for their 9 points. For Eastern, Trainer had 7 points. Burton had 4 points. Addie Smith had 11 points. Honor had 13. Avery Smith 7. Bronner chipped in 6 points in that first half, and then Liza Starrett had 4 in that first half for a total of 52. What can you say? Musketeers are just too strong, just too athletic, just too solid right now. So, what can we work on? What can what's Coach Drury's message? I don't know. I think it's just work on the little things, making sure we're getting a block out every single time, making sure that we're creating good shots for great shots, making sure that we're not getting lazy defensively. Not that you want to just go out and press the guys, and not you want to do all that, but still that we're just not getting lazy and passive, and just kind of that you're not developing any kind of bad habits. This week we've got to go and play West Washington. The West Washington team is at 6-3, coming off to getting a real. They've actually won 6 in a row. They lost their first 3 games, and then they've won 6 in a row. So they're playing with some momentum. I think that they got a chance to beat a Henderville team tonight. So potentially winning 7 in a row coming into us. I know that they're going to have some confidence ready to play on Thursday. Just anytime you're playing a rivalry game, that's just kind of the way it is. So I know we're going to have to be ready. So in the second half, what kind of things can we work on? Crothersville playing zone. Maybe we've got some different zone sets we want to take a look at. Maybe we want to just try to get some different looks, different personnel. We play pretty much everybody, so maybe not be a clientele issue, but what can we continue to work on to improve in a game like this one? With the 16 minutes of basketball play, what can we still improve on? Meanwhile, for Eastern, again, I think just don't want to let down. You kind of want to just get this game in and get it moving, but you don't want to let down as far as just no sloppiness, no silly habits or anything quite like that. So we're going to cut to one quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the second half of this game. It's Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke.
And that's the buzzer of halftime. We are getting ready to start this second half. Again, as I said, this will be a running clock, and this will be the only stop on shooting fouls and timeouts. Otherwise, it'll run every time between that once it gets up above 35 points. Looks like Eastern's going back with their original starters: Honor, Addie Smith, Bailey Trainer, Avery Smith, and Sydney Burton. And it looks like Crothersville's going back with their starters as well. That's going to be Riley. Looks like Riley, Bottle, Walker, Gibson, and Kelshaw. Crothersville switching to a 1-2-2 zone or a 3-2 zone look. Eastern tries to run a set backdoor play. It did not work. Ball got tipped out of bounds. That's one of those plays that I think is going to work against the 2-3. Not going to work as much against the 3-2. Addie Smith on the inbound finds her sister Avery for an easy 2. Kind of right down the lane. Avery makes a nice little cut. Addie's able to find her. Riley brings it up. Eastern in a man-to-man. Riley being guarded by Honor. Going to be Burton on the steal. Burton looking to run. She's going to go down the left-hand side. No good. Sydney just a little too aggressive, just way too hard just to make a stop and shoot an easy layup. She's also got Avery on the right side, but she's just a little too excited there. Riley bringing it up the other way. Gets it in the corner to Gibson. Sorry, that's not Gibson. That's Walker. My apologies. Back to Riley. Get Eastern staying in the man-to-man. I think as long as they just get up and guard, I think you're going to have about a 5-second count there. I think I know the official there. I'm sure he had about a 7 count there. But it's going to be Honor on the steal. Just kind of put it right in front of her. Honor's going to throw it up to Avery Smith. Avery's going to lay it in for 2. Avery got trucked. Lost her shoe. No foul call over there to stop the game to let Avery get her shoe back on. Going to be Riley bringing it up. Wing over to Gibson, being guarded by Trainer. Trainer out to Walker. Walker over to Riley. Riley back to Gibson. Tries to hand off to Walker. Addie's right there. Walker gets it. They're about half court line. They're going to get a foul there on Katie Honor. And not a ton of contact there, but it's just the way it is. Eastern's going to check in. That's going to be Eliza Sterrett, Abby Fowler, Emma Bronner, and Ashton Johannesmeyer. Ashton has been out this whole year so far with an ankle injury from the semi-state game, so good to see her back in action. Going to be Kelshaw on top, being guarded by Sterrett. We got the Walker being guarded by Johannesmeyer. Into the post, being guarded by Bronner. Good defense there by Bronner. Well, Eliza Sterrett looks up to Fowler. Fowler tries to throw it in there. It's going to be picked off there by Riley. Riley over to Walker, out to Gibson. Gibson high post to Kelshaw. Kelshaw gets it in the corner to Bodorf. Back to Kelshaw in the corner. They get the ball back in. That's going to be Bodorf on the baseline. Tries to throw it out to Walker, throws it over her head. It's going to be out of bounds, Eastern basketball. Bronner going to inbound 56-9. 4 minutes to play in this third quarter. Fowler up top of the key. Crothersville in a 2-3 zone. Fowler gets it into Sterrett. Sterrett just camped out of lane. Ashton Johannesmeyer for 3. No good. Going to be Kelshaw bringing it up. Almost stolen there by Fowler. She's just so quick. Going to be Riley. Riley gets it out to Gibson. Gibson on the drive. Gets blocked there by Fowler. Probably got fouled. It's going to be up to Ashton Johannesmeyer. Ashton's going to lay it in for 2. She's going to go to the line for 2. That contact makes her a little bit nervous. She made a left-hand layup. It kind of gets hit awkwardly. But she's got to put it in. And she's going to go to the free throw line. Looks like Burton's going to check in for her. Ashton's no good. Sterrett on the rebound. Liza just kind of throws it up. And the rebound there by Bodorf. Gets it over to Riley. Out top to Gibson. Over to Riley. Going to be over to Hughes, who checked in. Out to Kelshaw. Kelshaw being guarded by Liza Sterrett. Kelshaw able to get by. She makes a drive. She's going to try to drive. She kind of runs over Fowler, but I do not think Fowler was set or ready. Kelshaw just kind of ran over her. He's going to go line for 2. At 58-9, 2:42 to play. Kelshaw's first free throw is good. Bird's going to check in for Ashton. And then Addie Smith's going to check in for Bailey Trainer. Kelshaw's second free throw is no good. Addie Smith looks up to Fowler. Fowler in the corner finds Bronner. Nice post kind of a press breaker there. They're going to get Eliza on her foul. Good transition right there. Found Addie Smith. Addie found Fowler in the corner. Emma Bronner running the lane right there down the center. Unable to convert on the rebound. Again, they're going to get Starrett for a foul. Riley bringing it up for the Tigers. Gets it into Kelshaw. They're about the free throw line. She's going to drive against Burton. Throws it out to Hughes. Hughes is going to fire for long two. No good. Burton on a rebound. Looking to run. Gets it to Addie Smith. Addie goes all the way to the lane. All the way to the rim for two. 60-10. Going to be Riley. Out to Hughes. Hughes going to get it into Kelshaw. They're going to get Starrett for a foul. This is kind of what, we talked about at halftime. You just don't want to get sloppy. There's one thing about just play good, solid defense. If, they get the ball to you, they get the ball to you, but just be solid. There's kind of just a sloppy play. Don't want to develop bad habits here. 60-10, just over a minute to play here in this third quarter. That's going to be secure the ball right to Fowler. Fowler's going to go shoot a layup to the other end. And good. The girl tried to make a bad cut, end up just going right to Fowler. Inside a minute. Get it into Bottle, back out to Riley. Riley's going to drive. Being guarded there by Fowler. That foul is going to be on Abby Fowler, her second. They're going to send Riley to the free throw line for two free throws. Again, this is one of those we don't want to make. You don't want to get sloppy. Riley's first free throw is no good. 47 seconds to play in this third quarter. But Kelshaw, I thought Kelshaw was going to check back in. Second free throw up is good. 62-11, 37 seconds to play. Sideline break, gets it to Fowler in the corner, no good. Again, they move the ball pretty quickly there off that inbound. Finds Addie Smith. Addie finds Fowler all the way in the corner. Riley driving down the baseline. It's going to be there to Bottle, blocked by Bronner. Offensive rebound there by Riley, and Riley's able to put it back in for two. 15 seconds to play. Fowler on the wing. Finds Bronner. Bronner turns. No good. Barrett on the offensive rebound. Throws it up. No good. Riley on the board. Riley coming down. Throws up. 1 second to play. Almost banks it in. That's going to be no good. That is going to be the end of the third quarter. 62-13 in favor of the Lady Musketeers. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. Good Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapy. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
And we're back here. It's 62-13 in favor of the Lady Musketeers. That quarter, again, not quite as score as obviously the running clock changes things a little bit. Eastern wins that quarter 10-4. Again, it's what can you take out of this? But again, I think it's just don't develop sloppiness. Just try to stay focused, stay disciplined, even in spite of some of the silliness. Just keep playing, play hard. There's no reason to be silly about any of this kind of stuff. No reason to go hacking and stuff. Just play hard and finish out the game. Got a quarter left. And we'll see what we have left. Musketeers going back with Trainer, Fowler, Avery Smith, Eliza Starrett, and Sydney Burton. Tigers going back with, looks like Bodworth, Walker, Hughes, maybe Kelly and Nickham, it looks like. It's going to be a foul there on the other end. They're going to call that foul on 4. That's going to be on Nickham. Oh, sorry. That's going to be 40 White. That's going to be on Eliza Sterrett. I'm sorry. I thought they were going to call an offensive foul. That's going to send Gibson to the line for 2. Her first one is good. That is not Gibson. I'm sorry. That is number 13. That is Kelly. Her first free throw is good. That foul is going to be on Eliza Sterrett. Second free throw is no good. Sterrett on the rebound. 7:20 to play. Up the sideline to Trainer. Trainer kicks to Fowler. Fowler gets it into Burton. Burton can't handle it. Looks like it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Crothersville. Trainer on the inbound. Gets it into Avery Smith for a layup, and that's good. And no one kind of guarded out of that zone. Walker out top. Over to Nickham. Back to Walker. Avery Smith on the steal. Finds Trainer. She's running. That's going to be an easy layup for Bailey Trainer. 66-14. Walker out top. Gets it over to Hughes. Hughes for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Burton. It's going to be out of bounds. Sorry. That is going to go to Crothersville. Didn't get a really good block out there. And it's one of those things that just making sure that we're maintaining our discipline, do the small things. I know you got a big lead, but still kind of do those things. Walker inbounds. That's going to be a turnover. Trainer is going to look up to Fowler. Fowler's going to run and lay it in to at the other end. 68-14, the score in favor of the Lady Musketeers. Walker over to Hughes, back out to Walker. Going to be over to Nickham on the other wing. Back out to Walker. Walker fires for 3, no good. Rebounded by Burton. Burton looks up to Trainer. Trainer finds Sterrett. Sterrett, no good. And that's going to be 2 the other way. They are going to stop the clock. We got a shoe, it looks like. Like number 14, Moeller, and number 3. Nope, Moeller's going to check in for the Tigers. The other number is 13. That looks like Kelly. Going to be a steal there by Bailey Trainer. Trainer finds Burton. Burton for left hand. That's going to be good for 2. Gibson looking to bring it up, 72-14, just inside of 5 minutes to play. Moeller out top. We're going to get a foul there on Abby Fowler. And this is one of those things, it's probably not a foul, but it's one of those things just why be that aggressive in this scenario? You're up 50-some points. Just play straight up defense. One thing when they throw it to you, but another just to go swiping and everything. Moeller out top. Gets the ball into Kelly. Didn't see what happened there. That's going to be on Sterrett. Going to be her third fourth, and that's going to get a whole new group for Eastern. That's going to be Addie Smith, Allie Johanningsmeyer, Ashton Johanningsmeyer, Emma Bronner, and Katie Hahn are going to check in just inside of 4 minutes to play. Inbound to Kelly. Kelly back to Gibson. Gibson on the drive. Finds Nickham. Tries to go down the corner to Bodworth. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Bronner. Moeller on the inbound. Gets it to Gibson. It's going to be number 4. That's going to be Nickham for 3. No good. Addie Smith going the other way, finds Honor. Honor gets blocked. Ball's going to be out of bounds. Addie Smith on the inbound. Crothersville standing at 2-3. Finds Honor in the corner. Honor for three. No good. Going to be rebound there by Allie Johannesburg. Gets it up to Addie Smith. Addie brings it out top. Over to Allie. Gets it into Bronner. Bronner finds Honor in the corner. Back around to Allie Johannesburg for three. And good. In the bench is excited for her. It's always exciting to see her knock one down. But it's good to see the bench get excited. 2.5 minutes play, 75-14. It'll be Gibson. Gets it over to Moeller. Moeller tries to drive, and they're going to get, I guess they're going to get Honor on the foul. Yeah, this is one of those, it's kind of tough to watch. There's so little contact there, but they're pretty much penalizing for any kind of any kind of contact. Looks like Crothersville's going to get a 30-second timeout, maybe to stop the clock, or just he wants to try something. 75-14 is the score in this contest. We'll stay right here as we try to finish this one out. I think in this game, everyone that has played has scored, which is exciting. It's not something you normally see with this group. I know we're fairly balanced, but I think everybody's got points on the board for tonight. Even Allie and Ashton, who don't normally play much. Robbins is the only one that is out again with that concussion protocol. Hopefully, she will be back. I think she will be back for this next game against West Washington. So we should be gearing up full strength as we get this next stretch of games. Again, for us, that's going to be West Washington this Thursday. The next week at Southwestern and Orleans, and then the following week that Cheatham Classic, starting off with Madison. So again, some good competition coming up for us. We got to be ready. Crothersville on the inbounds. It's going to be thrown to Addie Smith. She's going to get a steal. Looks like a Kaufman checked in for Crothersville. Ball went into Allie to Ashton. Ashton tried to find Emma, and Emma couldn't handle it. Crothersville lost it. Throws it to Allie Johannesburg. Allie's going to bring it up. Finds Bronner. Back to Allie. I don't know what Allie was thinking. Allie over to Addie Smith. Addie out top. Minute and a half to play. Allie to Bronner. Bronner's going to fire for three. And good. You know what? I do not know if I've ever seen Emma shoot a three in high school. She got it down 78-14. Going to be a steal there by Addie Smith. Addie's going to bring it across. I think they're going to tell her to just knock it off and just hold it for the rest of the game. Go to Honor on the wing. Finds Ashton in the corner. I think they're just going to pass it out as we finish this last minute. Addie Smith over to Katie Honor. Honor to Addie Smith. Back to Honor. Down to Ashton Johannesmeyer. Ashton's going to throw it away. Come on, Ashton. Ashton's going to get a steal back. They're going to get it's going to be a travel call. I don't know if I saw that one. 30 seconds to play. Crothersville going to get it out. That's going to be Gibson. Gibson over to Nickham. Nickham dribbles back to Gibson. Again, that's going to be Moeller out there. Back to Nickham. Back to Gibson. 7 seconds. We're going to get it to Kaufman. Kaufman's going to fire for three. No good. Rebound to Ashton Johannesmeyer. And that is going to be the end of the ball game. Final score is going to be 78-14 in favor of the Lady Musketeers. We're going to cut to one quick commercial, and we will be right back with some thoughts on the game for tonight's contest, and look forward to West Washington.
When it comes to getting the job done right, from driveways to bridge work and paving to construction and excavating, there's one name you can count on: Temple & Temple Excavating. Serving homeowners and also handling big jobs for city, county, and state highway projects, they've built a reputation on quality work since 1948. Driveways, construction, demolition. If you need it moved, cleared, built, or torn down, call Temple & Temple Excavating at 812-883-6644. Temple & Temple have been supporting Washington County for 77 years, one project at a time. Call Temple & Temple today at 812-883-6644 or find them online at templeandtemple.com, where you can also apply for job opportunities.
Hey, we're back here, Eastern High School. Final score, again, that was going to be 78-14 in favor of the Lady Musketeers. Some quick thoughts tonight. First stats for Crothersville. Riley ended up with 3. Gibson had those 2 threes in the second quarter for 6. Kelly had 1. Kelshaw had 3. And Bodorf had 1. So finishes out with 14. Just not able to handle the pressure from this Lady Musketeers basketball team. Meanwhile, for the Lady Musketeers, you had Bailey Trainer with 9, Abby Fowler with 4, Sydney Burton with 6. It's going to be Allie Johannesmeyer hit a 3, Addie Smith with 13. Katie Hunter had 13 all in the first half. Avery Smith also had 13. Bronner ended up with 9, that 3 late in the game. Ashton Johannesmeyer had 2, and then Eliza Sterrett ended up with 6. So everyone able to get into the scoring column, 3 girls in double figures. It's kind of the name of the game for success for us, is just how balanced can we be, and what can we get that to look like. Again, it's been another successful night. Eastern will advance to 6-1. We will be in action again, turn around Thursday night against West Washington, a rivalry. West Washington is coming in 6-3. I like to think they probably be able to take 1-2 Henryville tonight. Could be coming in 6 wins in a row, maybe even 7 wins in a row. We'll see what's going to be in store. That game will be here at Eastern, and we will have that on the radio. Some other stuff going on for radio broadcast tonight. Again, Penn State will be IU. They will switch that once this game is concluded. Tomorrow night, Minnesota at Purdue. That will be on 97.9. Thursday night, we will be, again, which is going up against the West Washington Senators. Friday night, Salem will be playing at Gordon. Eastern will be playing, the Eastern boys will be playing that night as well. Saturday, Marquette at Purdue. Salem will be playing at Mitchell. So Indiana playing UK, the big game. And then Indiana Sports Talk will be at 9:30 p.m. And then Sunday, the Colts will be playing the Seahawks. That will be pregame at 3:25 on WSLM. Again, lots of sports action. You know, Becky, they always do, Greg, they just do a fantastic job covering as much sports. I know they're sports junkies just like the rest of us. So I'd love to see in anything you want to hear. It's been a great broadcast. This has been Jake Johannesmeyer, Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.
Thank you for listening with us in the WSLM Sports Zone tonight for another live broadcast of high school sports. Be sure and follow us on social media and on your radio dial for more local, regional, and national sports. And tune in on Wednesday nights for Coach's Corner